This is our new door. Isn't it exciting? If you have been following us for a long time, you probably remember me talking about how much trouble we had finding a small door to fit on our small house. If not, let me catch you up. So our door is about 6'4", I think, high, and it is about 4 feet wide. And that's really, really small. So it was very difficult for us to find a door that would fit in this house or find someone to custom make us a door small enough. So we had a little bit of an issue with that at first. We finally found a company that would do it for us. They're called ThermaTru, and they were able to get us some French doors that are outswing doors. They open out so that we don't waste space on the inside of our already tiny house. We wanted to make sure they were no more than about 2 feet each, so that way when we open them, they don't hit the poles on our porch or don't go over the porch. And we also needed them to be this exact height because there is a loft inside right above this door, so we can't go any higher with the door. So ThermaTru was able to cut it down to the right size that we wanted, which was awesome. It did not come with these really pretty glass inserts. It just came as a slab door. It's fiberglass, and there's foam inside, like a real dense insulating foam, I guess. So around the outside is wood, like a wood frame. The fronts are fiberglass, and there's foam inside of that. So when our door finally came, we had to special order it, and they specially cut it down or whatever, and it got shipped from the factory. And it got here, and we were so excited, and then we realized that we had ordered a left open door, and it came, and the holes were cut on the right side. So if you have never seen a door like this, it's biased so that one side always opens, and that's where your hardware is, and one side stays closed most of the time. So this can open. It has these special little I don't know, thingies. They're like rods that stick into I don't know what they're called. Anyway, you have to like open the thing, and then this door can open. So it mostly stays closed, and this just acts like what would be in a wall in your normal front door. So you can't really swap those two around. So we called them back and said, hey, you screwed up our door, it's backwards. And they were kind of like, oh, well, you know, tough luck, it was a custom order. So that was a bummer. But we decided, oh, sorry, that's really loud. We decided that we could deal with that because we hadn't really done much to the inside of our house. So our solution was we could just flip our whole house around inside. The reason we wanted a left opening door was so that the right side would stay stationary, because right inside here we're going to have a built-in couch that will actually block part of the door most of the time. And then the walkway would be on the left-hand side to go through the house to the kitchen and whatever. Since we hadn't actually constructed any of that yet, it wasn't really a problem to just flip the floor plan around and do a complete mirror image. So now the right door's going to open, and that'll be the walkway. The couch will go on this side of the house. The kitchen will now go on this side of the house, and the bathroom will stay the same. That doesn't need to change. So we finally decided that we'd be okay with that. I finally decided that I would be okay with that. I was being kind of a baby about it, but whatever. And then when we opened up the door, because it comes all packaged, you know, so it doesn't get out of square, it's like boarded up. So when we unboarded it, we realized that the cutouts for the handle and the lock, and where they join up with this thing, this is apparently called a T-astragal, this little metal and vinyl and whatever strip right here. This was cut like really different. So these little cutouts that receive the deadbolt and the handle, I don't know, thingy, striker plate, whatever, were like down here. So that wasn't going to work out. So then we called the company back and said, we need you to fix this now. So they sent us a new T-astragal. There was some talk about sending one that was the opposite direction so that we could change the swing of the doors. That didn't happen, so whatever. That's fine. So they sent a new T-astragal. It was way too long, but that's okay. We were able to cut it down and size all the openings properly, and now it fits just fine. So that's awesome. So after a lot of finagling, our door fits, everything's fine, it fits together great. So then all we had to do was we cut out the holes for these little panels to go in. This is glass that would go in what's called a sidelight. So on a normal front door, a lot of people have a door and then these little skinny panels on either side that are stationary, and they have decorative glass in them just like this. Those are called sidelight panels. This is the glass that goes in those. So since our door is tiny, we couldn't fit a normal piece of glass in here, so we ordered 2 sidelights. This was another thing. When we got our front door, they were supposed to have these sidelights installed already, and when it showed up, they weren't. So that was cool. But it really wasn't that hard to cut them out. We were kind of nervous about it because you could only get one shot. So we were a little worried. It turned out to not be a big deal at all. We just took once we got the door installed, which also is not a big deal as I thought, we just kind of put it in there, squared it up, and shimmed it, and put a couple screws in. So once we had the frame up, we just took the doors off the hinges, laid them down on the sawhorses, measured to make sure this was going to be square in here, and Kevin just took a circular saw and just zipped those rectangles right out. I think he finished it off with a hand saw in the corners, and these panels just slid right in. This is like a little weather stripping kind of thing here. It's like a plastic thing with foam behind it, and there's a little piece on the other side just like that, so it fits in the door. If you have the door laying down, it fits in there, and then you put the plastic piece on the other side and screw them together, and it's just pressure fitted. It squishes it in, so it like self seals, and it holds itself in there really nice. They turned out great. I love this glass. I think it's beautiful. And it made a big difference over it being an ugly white slab of a door. So then we painted them. We went with a green color that we color matched to our roof. We just took in a little piece of probably pretty dangerous sharp metal shard from our roof and asked the gal at Lowe's to color match it for us. And I think it turned out pretty well. So we painted the doors green. Outside where there were leaves and sawdust and things blowing around, which was a terrible idea. Crap immediately settled into the paint. Not to mention when I first did this, I did it with a roller, which you're not supposed to do on a smooth door like that. Never painted a door before, so live and learn, I guess. So anyway, Kevin actually ended up having to go back through and sand this all down so we could start over and paint it with a brush inside the house where no leaves will fall anymore because we have a roof now. So that worked out much better. This is sort of the end result of that. It still needs a couple little touch-ups here and there, but I think it turned out really well. We used just black paint to paint these. This trim was white. That was hard, so we painted it black, painted the, what's this called, Kev? A brick mold? Painted the brick mold black. It was also white. And then we framed that with more of this pine, stained, like cedar stained pine trim on the outside, so it would kind of match the look of the windows, which are black framed. Yeah, so that's cool. We put our hardware on, so that's awesome. Now we can lock our house. So cool. It kind of has this weird little locky, protecty thing. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it looks really cool. The handle looks nice. It lines up really nicely now, thank God. And even the inside is kind of cool. I don't know, can you see that far out, Kev? Yeah, even the deadbolt inside is cool. All the rest of them were like a circle and just like boring, and this one was kind of different, so we liked it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. That was sort of a monumental thing for us, picking out our door hardware. So that's where we are now. Our porch just got finished kind of around this front door, which is awesome. So now all we have to do here is to put some tongue and groove above my head here on the underside of the porch. That gets finished off because it looks a little scary from here right now. There are nails poking in, screws everywhere. So we'll finish that off, and then our porch will pretty much be done. Obviously, our house won't always say tie back on it. It's gonna get siding, and we're gonna put two cute little porch lights right up here So that will be adorable. And this is our cute little front entrance. So if you like it, let us know. Give our video a like, hit subscribe. We love to hear from you guys. So if you're wondering anything, if you have any brilliant advice for us, we would love to hear it. And if you have any questions, let us know and we'll try and address it in a future video. So thanks for watching.